What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Royal Figures on my YouTube channel. There are several free ways that you can support my content. You can actually like the content that I post on YouTube daily, and you can subscribe and you can engage. I always give a call to action on every video that I make, and also you can listen to me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. And YouTube have a podcast platform too as well, and I have implemented that on my YouTube channel. Let's get into the story, man. This is a very interesting story between Luke Longley, Scottie Pippen, and Horace Grant. Apparently, they are doing what you called a no bull tour. And, mainly they're going to be talking about their disappointment in the documentary that Michael Jordan had created called The Last Dance. You can actually watch that on Netflix if you haven't seen that. I strongly urge you to watch that documentary of the Chicago Bulls so you can kind of understand and get some concepts of why possibly Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Horace Grant may be upset about it. Luke Longley wasn't even involved or mentioned in The Last Dance, and this may be one of the reasons why he has reunited with Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant so they can talk about their story, their opinions, and their perspective on The Last Dance. Let's kind of get into it from this article where they're talking about this No Bull tour. Now, it says that the upcoming engagement will take place in Australia. So this No Bull tour will take place in Australia, and we'll see the trio discuss Michael Jordan and the 90s championship run of the Chicago Bulls. Now, Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Horace Grant teamed up with Australia's National Basketball League for the No Bull Tour, which kicks off February 23rd in Tasmania before making stops in Melbourne and Sydney. Now, The Last Dance, if you haven't seen that, it premiered in 2020 and mainly focused on MJ, Michael Jordan, his airness, and the legacy of the Bulls. While it was well received by most of the public, a number of his former teammates publicly denounced the documentary. Many spoke up about the docu being about Jordan rather than the team, and that some members were unfairly portrayed negatively. Let me just say this, man. Michael Jordan is no doubt, the man is just a mythical figure, right? What he was able to do on the basketball court was amazing. And quite naturally, when you have somebody that's in the minds of a lot of people, is that Michael Jordan was the savior of the NBA after the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird had retired from basketball. He took that mantle by himself and he raised it up several notches by himself. He was the golden standard. Let me say that again. Michael Jordan was the golden standard. And he was doing all this before social media became very fluent in our day-to-day lives. Now, some people would say if he would have did this during the social media era, he probably would have reached an outstanding type of status that you could never comprehend, right? But on the other end, some people say it would have highlighted some of his flaws, like gambling bets and things of that nature would have been expounded upon times 10. Nevertheless, the guy, what he did on the basketball court was extraordinary, and that's why people gravitated to Michael Jordan, what he was able to accomplish out there on the basketball court. Now, This Noble tours, I'm not mad at it, man. Quite frankly, if they televise this, if it comes off and it comes out on Netflix or something like that, I will watch it because I'm interested. I want to understand from Horace Grant perspective and also from Luke Longley perspective, what are their thoughts on their teammate Michael Jordan? What are some things that they want to get off their chest? They have that right. And I think, what I'm saying, we should respect that they have the right to be able to, make some money for themselves. And also I want to hear their part of the story because they was such an integral part of winning NBA championships with their teammate Michael Jordan. Now, with that being said, let me just say this. It's a catch 22. It is definitely a catch 22. And what I mean by that, you're going to get some negative publicity. You're going to get some people because Michael Jordan is so loved by millions, and I'm talking about hundreds of millions of people. He is respected by hundreds and millions of people. And let me say this, man, do you really want to hear Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Horace Grant complain when they won NBA championships? There are a lot of NBA Hall of Famers who do not even have an NBA championship because of the Bulls. And I want to make sure I say that because of the Bulls, but primarily because of Michael Jordan. His driven attitude, his mentality, the way he went about his business, even in practice, this man did not know how to turn it off. Was he competitive? He was a super saiyan. He was super competitive. Did he rub people the wrong way? I'm quite sure he did. I'm quite sure Michael Jordan rubbed people the wrong way. But let me tell you something, man. When you are trying to train so hard to be great, to be the greatest basketball player on this planet, do you think that comes without someone like that pushing you? Do you think that comes so nice in a package for you? No, he comes at you. He probably had a selfish mentality at times. He probably didn't care how you feel because he wanted to win. And when you have somebody like that with that type of mindset, with that type of mentality, it's probably more ways than one is going to piss you off and it's going to make you feel like, man, just this documentary, I don't like the way I was portrayed. At the end of the day, I had no issues with the documentary. When Michael Jordan talked about Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen was with the Chicago Bulls front office organization and how he wanted to get paid more money and how he wasn't able to get more money because he signed a contract and how he did not come to training camp prepared. He had an injury that he decided to wait to get surgery when the seasons was starting. And Michael Jordan discussed his frustrations. Listen, you can say what you want about Michael Jordan, but let me tell you something on this Noble tour that Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Horace Grant are doing. You gotta say that the man showed up night in and night out. Michael Jordan showed up. I don't care, even with his own personal frustrations Michael Jordan was going through, and even with his own frustrations he was going through with Jerry Krause, with Jerry Reinsdorf, with the front office organization and the CEO of the Bulls. Let me tell you something, man. He still showed up. He still showed out. He still was mentally prepared to go out there and perform at the highest level because he understood this is that the fans wanted to see a show. The fans wanted to see someone who gives it their all. They gives it 100% and put on a show for the fans. And he did not disappoint. Michael Jordan played through the flu. Michael Jordan played through pain. Michael Jordan played through his frustrations. And this is what I'm saying with a lot of players right now, current NBA players. They are soft to me because they are believing in low management. Do you know how many times Michael Jordan played all 82 games? Do you know? Do you realize the mental attitude that you got to have? Do you realize the discipline, the training mentality that you have to have? You've heard all the stories from his former trainer, Tim Grover. You heard, oh man, this man training. And Tim Grover even said that Kobe Bryant even had the similar traits, the similar mindsets to go out there and perform and to push their body beyond comprehension and to still go out there and play at a very high level. Listen, guys, listen. I'm not mad at Scottie Pippen or Luke Longley and Horace Grant. Once again, let me say this. I'm not mad at them doing a No Bull tour. Every person has the right to speak their truth. Every person should have the right to speak their side of the story, especially if they didn't like certain things or how they was portrayed in the documentary. But understand this, it's going to come with some drawback. It's going to come with some people that's going to be like, man, listen, man, what else do you want Jordan to do, Scottie Pippen? The man praised you every chance he got. The man praised you when he went up there on his NBA Hall of Fame speech and he said, what you see on the screen of him winning NBA championships is not only him, it was Scottie Pippen in every NBA championship that he won. The man praised you. The man respected you. But it comes off a little jello from you when you see all the praises and all the accolades and all the sponsorships, all the money that Michael Jordan is making. It comes across that you're a little jello. And I'm just being honest from my perspective. Luke Longley, I definitely want to hear your perspective. I understand you may be mad because Michael Jordan did apologize to you because you was not even mentioned in the docu series with The Last Dance, and he apologized to you, and I think he even did like a interview for you. So I understand that he probably want to get some things off his chest. Horace Grant, I understand the stories and the relationship between you and Michael Jordan. I know that you almost came to blows a couple of times in practice. I know that Michael Jordan probably said some things and did some things that you were not happy about. But let me be very clear, guys, to all three of you. Let me be very, very clear. Did you win? Did you win at the highest level? Did he push you to perform at the highest level? And I understand some people may say, well, you know, winning ain't everything. It's how you treat people is what matter. Yeah. But like Michael Jordan said, you're saying like that, you may call me a tyrant, but nah, you just never wanted anything. Let me tell y'all something. Let me be very clear. If you want to win in anything, there are going to be times in your life where you're not going to be liked because based off on how you act and based off on how you demand the people that are on your team, whether it's in business or whether it's in sports, you demand them to up their level of competition, to up their mindset, to make sure that they are in top tier shape to be able to go out there and perform. You want to make sure that they are ready for battle. And that's what Michael Jordan did, man. That's what he did. So hats off to y'all, man. We'll see how this goes, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to say a lot of things that you may not like. As long as you're able to handle that, then it's all good. And I want to see it too as well. I want to hear what they have to say. Hey, at the end of the day, it's time for my call to action at the end of my episode about this No Bull tour that Scottie Pippen-Luc Longley and Horace Grant is doing. I want to hear from all my subscribers. I want to hear from all my listeners that may be listening to me on my Apple and Spotify podcasts. I want to hear, do y'all like the fact that Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, and Horace Grant is doing a No Bull tour, and how they're going to be discussing some of the things they didn't like about their teammate Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls organization? Are y'all here for it? Do you think it's fair or foul? I want to hear from you, wherever you're listening to me from YouTube or Apple or Spotify or all podcast platforms. Let me know, and I will respond back to you in the comment sections. And listen, guys, there are several free ways that you can support me on YouTube. Go head over on YouTube and put in Royal Figures. That's ROYALE. That's FIGUREZ. And you can support me. I have my Royal Figure store that is right up on my YouTube channel. You can purchase some content that I some actually clothing that I have there in my store. Support the channel. That money will definitely go back into my platform. And let me know, do y'all think that this is fair or foul and what's going on? Subscribe to my YouTube channel on Royal Figures and engage with me. Respond to my call to action question, and I will definitely respond back to you. Y'all already know my motto: push yourself to be the best version of yourself. Also, make sure you be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. And until next time, stay tuned to the next Royal Figures video.